Hi guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be doing some random encounter in the city of Archolos and generally on the island, and also do some side quests across the map. Basically Valeria's vineyard, Rita's vineyard, Barmar's farm and things like that. We're just gonna talk to people and do side quests for them before we come back to the main quests. So let's go, shall we? Now this looks like a random encounter.
Czekaj, mam sprawę.
Tak?
Mój mąż uważa, że zupa mi się nie udała. Może ty mi powiesz, czy faktycznie nie jest smaczna?
Sure.
Spróbuję twojej zupy.
Doskonale. Proszę, zjedz i powiedz, co o tym myślisz.
Okay, failed cabbage soup, huh? Oh, what a name. What a name. So where is the cabbage soup? Party leftovers broth. God damn, we have so much food that I can't even find what I'm looking for. So fish and vinegar. Did she give us like failed cabbage soup? Slimy smelly gloop. Looks like it was made by somebody who was cooking for the first time in his life. Oh, poor Marvin.
Na Inosa, mój mąż miał rację. Ta zupa jest niejadalna.
Doprawdy?
Wychodzi na to, że kiepska ze mnie kucharka. W takim razie ten przepis mi się nie przyda. Możesz go zabrać ze sobą. Może tobie uda się zrobić tę zupę.
Dzięki?
Dzięki. Spicy soup with cabbage received. Don't we already have this recipe? Yeah, spicy soup with
No
cabbage.
co, idź!
Jabłka, świeże jabłka, za pół darmo.
For half
Za
price?
pół darmo?
Cóż, przywiozłem kilka skrzyń jabłek do miasta. Wszystkie miały zostać załadowane na jeden ze statków. Niestety nie dogadałem się z załogą i część skrzyń została w porcie. Nie opłaca mi się targać tego z powrotem do domu, więc zostaję w mieście na jakiś czas. To jak, chłopcze, skusisz się? 4 sztuki złota za soczyste jabłko.
Yes.
Poproszę.
Proszę bardzo.
How many can we buy?
Proszę bardzo.
Is it like
Wybacz, nie mam więcej przy sobie. Wróć później.
Oh.
Wybacz.
So there's only a limited supply. Interesting. Okay, let's check out Valeria's vineyard first.
Cześć! Ty też wędrujesz po całej wyspie w poszukiwaniu pracy?
Może.
A nie wiesz przypadkiem, gdzie można znaleźć jakieś zajęcie? Zależy mi na jak najszybszym znalezieniu pracy.
Why should I know anything about it?
Dlaczego miałbym coś wiedzieć na ten temat? Zakładasz, że przypadkowo spotkana osoba doradzi ci w sprawie, która może zaważyć na reszcie twojego życia?
Ale ja muszę znaleźć jakąś pracę.
No to zostań płatnym zabójcą czy coś.
No bardzo śmieszne. Chociaż...
Oh, he's gonna become a
To
paid.
ja...
He's gonna become a paid assassin, isn't he? Let's better tell him to. And that's a beautiful loading screen, by the way. I think it's also some foreshadowing behind it. Looks like a ghost with its eyes cut out. Really creepy. Let's tell him to join the Merchants Guild.
Może.
Maybe you should join the Merchants Guild.
Może dołącz do gildii kupieckiej. Na pewno nie pogardzą dodatkową parą rąk.
Tak, mógłbym zostać gońcem, albo nawet kupcem. To otwiera przede mną wiele opcji.
Yes, as a merchant, yes.
To ja tu
So one of the things I want to mention is I did a merchant run. We used to have 10,000 gold pieces, and now we're almost poor again. We only have 3,000, which is not a bad number, but I still haven't bought all of the potions I wanted to buy. So I did buy a couple of dexterity ones. Let's also use up the spirit ones. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I also bought another stone skin potion. Don't think I had the money for a strength potion. So yeah, our stats are more than good. So where is old Liam? We want to talk to old Liam, see if he has any new quest for us. Hey, Liam.
Skąd tyle wiesz o gospodarstwie?
Dobry z ciebie chłopak. Słuchasz zgrzybiałego starca, więc ci powiem. Byłem zarządcą winnicy, gdy Valerio jeszcze żył. Po jego śmierci Holdwig odsunął mnie od obowiązków. Nie zdziwiło mnie to, bo chłopak jest dość nieufny. Nigdy nie ukrywałem, że lubię ich obu. Ale dla Holdwiga nawet najmniejszy przejaw sympatii w stronę Andreasa to zdrada. Nawet jeśli jego samego obdarza się takim samym uczuciem.
So how are you
Co
doing?
słychać?
Pilnowanie pracowników to całkiem wdzięczne zajęcie. O człowieku może...
Okay, so I'm assuming there are no new quests from you. What about our wine? Is our wine ready, Gumbert?
Czy wino jest już gotowe?
Cierpliwości.
Oh, he's gonna send a runner.
Jak sytuacja na winnicy?
Fatalnie. Coś złego dzieje.
Okay. Do you have anything, raw scavenger meat, bunch of wines? Nothing particular interesting. Boar meat. Okay, we are at Rita's vineyard, so... Bowls.
Nie widzisz, że coś robię? Spadaj!
Spadaj! A lot of people keep telling me to get lost. Like, I'm not even insulting or anything. I'm just asking, how are you? How's your day? Hello, Cześć. Jak leci? And stuff like that. Not even being insulting, and people are like, oh, get freaking lost. Okay, let's see. What does Rita have for us? Pretty certain Rita has a quest for us.
Zaczekaj, chłopcze. Ostatnio byłeś bardzo pomocny.
Yeah.
Nie chciałbyś znowu dorobić?
Problems with neck?
Znowu jakiś problem z nekiem?
Nie. Dobrze się sprawdza, pilnując porządku na winnicy. Problem mam ze zwierzętami, które podchodzą za blisko upraw. Obawiam się, że odstraszenie fauny może przerosnąć neka.
Okay.
Dobrze, zajmę się tymi zwierzętami.
Leśne bestie często włażą na moje poletko dyniowe. Nie ponoszę od tego dużych strat, ale sprzedaż dyń to zawsze jakieś dodatkowe źródło dochodu. Oprócz tego sprawdź okolice stawu za moją winnicą. Często widuję tam topielce i byłoby dobrze, gdyby żaden z nich nie zbliżył się do mojego terenu. Do tego możesz zobaczyć, co się dzieje za winnicą, w okolicach mostu przy wodospadzie. Moi ludzie rzadko tam chodzą, więc cholera wie, czy się tam jakieś licho nie zalęgło.
Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff to kill. I actually like this quest. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. Cool, cool, cool. Let's equip our crossbow. So let's start with the forest raiders near the pumpkin patch. So where be the raiders? Are they in the forest? Or did anything even spawn? That's the question. You know what? Let's pop a speed potion. It's actually a very good question. Since we cleared out anything, are any new monsters gonna spawn for this quest, or gonna say anything about my work?
Ola, przejścia nie ma.
What?
Za przejście w tym miejscu jest pobierana opłata.
Okay. You know how few people walk this way
Wiesz,
anyway.
że i tak mało kto tędy chodzi.
Co? Przecież ciebie tu spotkałem, więc inni pewnie też się trafią.
Chyba tylko jak zabłądzą. Większość przechodzi przez teren winnicy, bo tam jest szybciej.
Teren winnicy, powiadasz? A może jest to warte zastanowienia.
Nie, czekaj.
Dobra,
What did I do? What did I just do? Danger around. On the bridge, I met a guy who wanted the crossing fee. I'll warn Rita about him before he starts any trouble. Okay, okay. So,
o, ładnie tutaj. Muszę się bardzo dokładnie rozejrzeć.
You're gonna be a thief. You're gonna steal from people. What about Nick?
Hej,
Does he have anything else to
co
say?
nowego?
Gdyby nie twoja pomoc,
Yeah, so you're useless as usual. Okay, I think we can report to Rita about the current dangers. I haven't found anything else. So apparently, all you have to do is just look around. Some guy is extorting travelers.
Jakiś facet wymusza haracz na podróżnych.
Co? Gdzie? Jak?
Był na moście za winnicą, ale kiedy z nim porozmawiałem, zdecydował się przyjść gdzieś tutaj.
Wspaniale. Jeszcze tylko strażnika traktów od 7 boleści mi tu brakowało. No nic, zajmę się tym. Dobrze, że mnie poinformowałeś.
Okay, Matt says...
Polne pełzacze chyba lubią twój teren. Zauważyłem, że rozkopują ziemię nad domami twoich pracowników. Trzeba znaleźć jakiś sposób, żeby nie zdołały dostać się do środka.
Od dłuższego czasu planowałam zamontować jakiś porządny podest nad tymi domkami. Idź do mojego magazynu. Tam powinno być trochę drewna. Weź je i rozłóż na ziemi. Pełzacze nie powinny się przez nie przebić. I nie patrz tak na mnie. Policzę ci za to dodatkowo.
Okay, okay, gee. Oh, it was in this chest. Oh, planks to repair the roof. Okay, I get it. Okay. See, most people just go for this chest, but yeah, fine. Okay, okay. I know how to complete this quest now. Let's spread the planks evenly then. Come on, Marvin. Fix the roof. Fix the roof, Marvin.
Każdemu jest ciężko.
Okay, so that's one plank. Come on, Bob the Builder. Oh. That's it? Is that it?
Jak cicho.
I did everything Rita asked me to do. I can go back to her for payment. Yeah, we can pretty much do that. So, was that the only quest around here? It's kind of weird. I expected something more, but it seems it's all we got around here. Okay, let's save the game and then we can go to Burmar's farm.
Sprawdziłem wskazane miejsca.
I co? Było bardzo niebezpiecznie? Mam się czym martwić?
Nie, groźnie było tylko na polu dyniowym, gdzie pozbyłem się paru leśnych bestii. Od strony jeziora nic wam nie grozi, a domy twoich pracowników ochroniłem przed pełzaczami. Co do tamtego strażnika traktów, jak go nazwałaś, to sama podejmiesz decyzję.
W takim razie nie jest tak źle, jak myślałam. Tymczasem zajmij się sobą. Mam tu dużo roboty na głowie.
Oh,
Pokaż.
Mam wina słodkie i puste.
it was actually not a bad reward. Let's buy
Oh,
her
proszę.
apples. Thank you for the apples. Why not? Berry jam. Country apple pie, sure. Sheep meat, nope. Raspberry tincture, gonna be... It contains raspberries. And yeah, that should be it. Okay, let's go to Burmar's farm. And just as we were about to go to the farm,
rozerwę cię na kawałki.
of course I encounter another bandit. So I figured out random encounters actually are rolled for every day that passes.
Nic tu nie ma.
So once the game throws some random encounters
czego
in
planować.
one day, no more random encounters can appear until at least 24 hours have passed in game, or at least until the clock strikes midnight, which is a really interesting piece of information if you want to force random encounters. Okay, so we are at Burmar's farm. Thank you for the purse, sir. What are you
Co
doing?
słychać?
Jesteś w moim domu. Przez ciebie te...
I'm not actually in your house. I'm outside of your house, sir. Hi, Willem. Thank you for the purse. Do you have any jobs?
Nie masz dla mnie jakiejś roboty na boku?
Roboty na boku, powiadasz? Chciałbyś zarobić, rozumiem. Może i miałbym małą robótkę. Spójrz na tamte poletko. To z drzewem. Mam dla ciebie zagadkę. Co jest z nim nie tak?
Ma za mało słońca?
Nie, durniu. Podpowiem ci. Zresztą sam to zauważysz, jak się po nim przejdziesz. pełno tam szczurzych nór. Ale cholera, jakie to są szczury! Nie wiem, skąd się te cholerstwa wzięły, ale skórę mają twardą prawie tak samo, jak dobrze sklecona zbroja. Próbowałem je wytępić, ale zbyt dużo się ich namnożyło i zbyt głębokie mają nory, żeby można było coś z tym zrobić.
Skoro taki wojak jak ty sobie nie poradził, to co ja mogę?
No już, nie kpij. Kupiłem od alchemika przepis na trutkę, tylko na Beliara. Nigdy nie lubiłem się babrać w tych wszystkich menzurkach, fiolkach i innych takich. Poza tym, po prostu nie mam tutaj na to warunków. To jak? Załatwisz sprawę?
Okay, I will deal with the rats.
Dobra, zajmę się tymi szczurami.
To świetnie. Trzymaj ten przepis. Tylko postaraj się pozbyć szczurów, a nie nas.
How are you doing?
Jak
Topielce wyłażą na brzeg. Te cholery muszą mieć
Lurkers,
będę
huh?
ci-
mądry.
Okay, let's read the recipe. Let's read the poison recipe. Rat poison.
Rozumiem.
Prepare the substance, grind the following ingredients at the alchemist's table, then mix them in a flask with water, and pour the resulting ooze onto a flat dish and wait for it to solidify into a permanent form. Crush the lump, then transfer to a bag and secure thoroughly. Note: highly caustic agent, avoid contact with the skin. Ingredients: flask, dark mushroom, meadow nutweed, piece of rat meat, and of course a little water. Place the poison directly next to the pest's burrow, light the fire, and wait for the effects. Caution: pests frightened out of their burrows by poisonous fumes may attack. Okay, so fortunately for us, we know there is an alchemist table right behind the house. We're definitely gonna take advantage of that. And what does the quest say? He wants 5 bottles of poison. Let's hope we have 5 flasks. Well, I think we do. So, should be other, right? Yep, prepare poison. Rat poison. And prepare 5 of them. Okay. Kinda sucks that we have to use the dark mushrooms, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So now let's find, he said it was a tree that I'm assuming it's dying because of the rats eating the roots or something like that. Now let's see, what tree looks a bit more upset than others. So this tree, that tree. Oh! What's this? Oh, it's a rat hole. Okay.
Cholera, jak to cuchnie.
Uh-oh. That's a big ratsy. Let's try to get them all at once. Okay, so they spawn. Okay, let's try to get them all at once with the geyser. Okay. One more rat hole. Okay. And just one more. Okay, let's try to get all of the rats at once with the geyser spell. Or maybe a couple of geyser spells. That was actually fun. Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. And, nice. 78% to the next level. So we need just 3 more levels to become a Master Magician. Afterwards we can put all of our points into handle weapons, I guess. And maybe save up some points for Master... I'm not even sure how much Master Blacksmithing is gonna cost us. I'm assuming it's gonna be 20? 2 levels? Okay, we got all the rats. Let's report to Willem. And see if we can find other quests we can do in this chapter, shall we? So report to
Może
Willem.
jednak nie trzeba spisywać tak szybko was, młodych, na straty. Jak chcecie, to coś tam potraficie zdziałać. Bogowie, jak to śmierdziało! Do teraz czuję ten zapach. Jak ty tam wytrzymałeś w tych oparach?
Nie bardzo miałem czas o tym myśleć, gdy rzuciło się na mnie stado szczurów.
Racja. Mówiłem, że to straszne gnidy. Trzymaj. Należy ci się solidny mieszek.
Okay, how are you doing?
Wszystko po stare, ale starusz
Nie
And
będę
mądrych.
And that was a bunch of rats. I mean, that was a huge pack of rats. I can understand why they were giving the farmers trouble. It's like what, 12 rats, 14 rats? I didn't even count. It was a lot of rats. Okay, let's talk to Joris. Show me your wares.
Pokaż mi.
I do remember you had some interesting things to sell. Spicy herring, raw sheep meat. Not interested in things like that. Okay, yeah.
Muszę lecieć.
Szerokiej.
Have a safe trip. Thank you. Have a safe trip as well, sir. Well, safe trip. Have a pleasant work day, I guess. Will be the correct form of goodbye. So it's Kyle. As usual, you're slacking off, I see. Okay, let's find some more people we can do quests for. Okay, so the beekeepers actually have one quest for us, specifically Mr. Ergo. Hi, Ergo. Thank you for the gold.
Jakie miody tutaj wytwarzacie?
W tym problem, chłopcze, w tym problem. Większość miodu, który tu produkujemy, powstaje zupełnie przypadkowo. Bevin ma swój przepis na specjalny miód, ale nie chce nam go zdradzić, a większość pszczół zwyczajnie zbiera nektar ze wszystkiego, co znajdzie w okolicy. Podejrzewam, że skoro o to pytasz, to pewnie w miodzie gustujesz. Mam więc dla ciebie propozycję. Jeśli się zgodzisz, to będę mógł dostarczyć ci go tyle, ile tylko zechcesz. Co ty na to?
What's the idea?
Co to za pomysł?
Chyba nie myślisz, że oddam taki wspaniały pomysł na interes za darmo. Opowiem ci wszystko dopiero wtedy, kiedy zgodzisz się nam pomóc.
Fine, fine.
Wchodzę w to. Miodu nigdy za wiele.
Wyśmienicie. W takim razie przejdźmy do rzeczy. Tak jak wspominałem, nasze pszczoły latają swobodnie i zbierają nektar ze wszystkich okolicznych roślin. Dlatego nasz miód jest smaczny, ale moim zdaniem mało wyrazisty. Mój plan polega na zasadzeniu roślin jednego typu na małym poletku i postawienie tam osobnego ula. Jeśli wszystko pójdzie zgodnie z planem, otrzymamy miód o wyjątkowym i charakterystycznym smaku zbliżonym do tych roślin.
Okej.
Jakie rośliny chcesz zasadzić?
Chciałem zacząć od czegoś prostego, czegoś, co nie ma żadnych negatywnych właściwości. Kto wie, jak mogłyby zareagować pszczoły, gdybyśmy podali im rośliny o działaniu odurzającym albo magicznym. Sądzę, że na początek najlepszy będzie niebieski bez. Nowy ul jest gotowy do postawienia, ale brakuje mi nasion tej rośliny. Jeżeli uda ci się je zdobyć, zaczniemy natychmiast.
Blue Elder, huh?
Ile nasion potrzebujesz?
Myślę, że 10 wystarczy. Wróć do mnie, gdy tylko będziesz je miał przy sobie.
I actually do have
Udało mi
seeds.
się zdobyć potrzebne nasiona.
Pokaż mi je. Wspaniale! W takim razie możemy zaczynać. Weź te paczuszki, do każdej dałem odrobinę nasion i nawozu. Teraz chodź za mną. Pokażę ci, gdzie je masz zasadzić.
Okay, let's follow him and see where we can plant a new beehive. And I actually like this quest. See, that's what I'm talking about. People giving you... Is this an apple? Oh, no, it looks like a... Oh, it's a plant. People give you a quest based on what they need. It's a perfectly reasonable request. Man wants to experiment with new flowers. Good for him. Oh, I see the beehive already. Beehives, actually. So, save the game. And ho! So, that happens if you save the game.
Jesteśmy na miejscu. Wcześniej zdążyłem
Okej.
postawić 2 ule gotowe do przyjęcia nowych lokatorów, więc gdy tylko kwiaty zakwitną, będziemy gotowi do produkcji. Nie traćmy czasu! Bierz nasiona i do roboty!
Okay, let's plant the seeds. Okay, plant the seeds. So yeah, if you save the game, or actually if you just open menu interface at a certain frame. And it's very hard to time. You can actually cause NPCs to fly all across the map. You can even cause your own character to fly across the map.
Dobra robota, chłopcze. To co? Może coś chłodnego po pracy?
Sure.
Chętnie.
Bottle beer.
Co teraz? Kiedy miód będzie gotowy?
Myślę, że za kilka miesięcy będzie można spróbować pierwszego słoika, później tylko poczekać kilka lat i pyszny miód pitny będzie gotowy.
Ile?
Spokojnie, żartuję! Niebieski bez kwitnie bardzo szybko. Przy dobrej pogodzie nawet za kilka tygodni spróbujemy pierwszych próbek miodu. Odwiedź mnie za jakiś czas. Może akurat będzie już coś do skosztowania.
So maybe chapter 3 or 4.
Czy mi...
Chłopcze, trochę cierpliwości. Słucham się Bevina i zazwyczaj...
Okay. Does Bevan have anything to say about our little experiment? If not, no worries. Let's see. We checked Rita's vineyard, Valeria's vineyard, the beekeepers. Let's check the coal makers, the woodcutters, and check Silbach as well. Let's see if anybody in Silbach has any new tasks for us. If not, then the rest of the stuff we can do in this episode is just how are things going.
Odkąd mi pomogłeś?
No, okay. Let me go check the woodcutters and the coal makers. Is this a new random encounter?
Haha, hej wędrowcze, ciesz się z nami! Wino i dla ciebie mamy.
Wybacz, mój drogi chyba przesadził z tą radością.
I nie pij tego wina na pusty brzuch.
Grape tart and
Jestem tak...
oh, so they're drunk and happy. Nice for them. It's a cute random encounter.
Jest...
Hey!
O, widzę twój szczery uśmiech i oczy. Piękne oczy.
Słucham?
Okay.
Zamieszkałem w mieście, by uciec od potworów. Ale tu jest gorzej. Podejrzani ludzie chodzą nocami po ulicach i tylko czekają, by poderżnąć mi gardło.
Maybe you should tell the guard about it?
Może powinieneś o tym powiedzieć straży.
Rozmawiałem już z Archolos, ale wzięli mnie tam za jakiegoś wariata. Ale ty jesteś normalny. Pomożesz mi. Weź moje grzyby i zaopiekuj się nimi. Ja odchodzę.
Co takiego?
Nie ufaj nikomu. A niech to.
So
Trzeba
let's
wiać.
see. Let's see if we can keep up with him. Because if I'm not... Okay, managed to catch up with the guy. Kill the scavenger. He's still alive! Is the meteor gonna fall on his head? No.
Nic tu nie ma.
Doesn't seem to have any other dialogue options for us, huh? Just
Kamień.
rock, paper, stone.
Nożyce. Imponujące. Jeszcze nikomu nie udało się zremisować ze mną. Możesz podróżować po porcie bez leki.
That's a pretty cool encounter right there.
Masz się zatrzymać.
Oh,
O co
another
chodzi?
encounter.
Brakuje ci na piwo?
Nie denerwuj mnie. Nie kojarzę cię. Pewnie jesteś jednym z tych uchodźców, którzy niszczą nasze miasto.
Nie mam z tym nic wspólnego.
Ty cholerny kłamco! Wybiję ci wszystkie zęby!
Seriously? That's the encounter right there.
Nie jesteś wcale taki głupi, na jakiego wygląda.
Drunk and homeless. Well, sorry to kill him. I really am. And there's another encounter here with a cook.
Poczekaj chwilę, przyjacielu. Masz niebywałą okazję spróbować jednej z moich potraw.
Z jakiej to okazji?
A czy zawsze musi być okazja? Po prostu chcę, by mieszkańcy naszego miasta cieszyli się wybornym smakiem moich dań. Zostały mi 2 zupy. Mogę dać ci jedną. Pożywny gulasz według przepisu mojego dziadka lub zupa będąca moim własnym eksperymentem kulinarnym. Co wybierasz?
What does this do give us?
Starodawny gulasz.
Proszę bardzo.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Co zamierzasz teraz robić?
To dobre pytanie. Zadaniem rodzica jest troska o swoje dzieci. Nie udało mi się zadbać o jej życie, więc teraz przypilnuję chociażby jej grób nie był zaniedbany. Będę musiał znaleźć sobie jakieś zajęcie, by opłacić wszystkie koszty. Chętnie wróciłbym do handlu, ale nie wiem od czego zacząć.
Do you know anything
Słyszałeś
about
coś o
Kurt's
włamaniu do
break-in?
Kurta?
Kogo? Kurta? Nie znam nikogo takiego.
Chwila.
Okay, I actually believe Ezekiel. Are you okay?
Trzymasz się.
Odkąd załatwiłeś sprawę z moją córką?
Maybe I can help you get back on track.
Może mógłbym ci pomóc wrócić do dawnego fachu?
Gdybyś usłyszał o jakiejś okazji, to daj mi znać.
Merchant Ezekiel, huh? I think we could potentially talk to... Maybe there's something I can do. I should talk to Vate. He surely has some idea. Okay, let's go and talk to Vite then. Or Vate. Still have no idea how to pronounce his name. Okay, let's go talk to Vate. And afterwards we can start reading the rest of the books we've picked up. There's not a lot of them, but they are certain to provide us with some permanent bonuses. So it's definitely worth checking them out. By the way, that's a very good way to encourage people to read in-game lore. Just provide them small boosts, you know, small experience boosts. Nothing too fancy. Any notices? No. Trade and teaching offers. Oh, we never picked these up, did we? Ah. I'm gonna pick them up now. Show the village map. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Does Vate have any idea how to get Ezekiel back on track? There's also more random encounters, by the way, in the game. There's a lot we haven't yet picked up. But I figured out a way that we can force them is to just sleep, wait a day, and then you can simply... the random encounters are gonna spawn anyway.
Hey!
Hey, Vate. With the weird slingshot. Don't you need an associate?
Nie potrzebujesz wspólnika?
Do handlu w tej wiosce? Nie jest to rynek wymagający współpracy kilku ludzi. Sam chcę się stąd wynieść i przenieść gdzie indziej.
Interesy nie idą dobrze?
Handel tutaj jest dość skromny. Nie dorobię się fortuny na handlu patelniami i pietruszką.
Perhaps Ezekiel.
Może Ezekiel mógłby cię tutaj zastąpić.
Kiedy już się stąd zawinę, niech robi co zechce. Mało tego, za drobną opłatę odstąpię mu nawet swoje kontakty. Oczywiście, najpierw musicie wszystko uzgodnić z Albynem. To on decyduje, kto tutaj może handlować, a kto nie.
Okay, how much do you want for your contact?
Ile chcesz za swoje kontakty?
Z racji tego, że mi pomogłeś, dostaniecie zniżkę.
That's a bit much.
To trochę dużo.
Dzięki tym kontaktom można zarobić. Potraktujcie to.
Fine, 200 and thank you for now.
Na razie.
Gdybyś się namyślił, to wróć.
You know what? Let's buy it. I mean, we have the money.
Masz te pieniądze.
Świetnie. Przyślę swoich ludzi do Ezekiela. Nie pożałuję tej inwestycji.
Okay, and now we can go to Albin. And from Albin we need to get permission so Ezekiel can trade. Cool, cool, cool. I really love the soundtrack. It's a variation on the harmonic song. It's pretty cool. In Extremo has they have a lot of good songs. Really worth checking them out. Now, there's an event here. There's an encounter here that sometimes happen. The confused farmer that Asks you a lot of weird questions.
Ej, ty.
How are you doing?
Mam tak...
Mam
Any other dishes to sell? No, I think I actually sold pretty much all the dishes we could sell to Jill. At least for now. Okay, let's save the game and talk to Albin.
Ezekiel chciałby zastąpić Wejta na stanowisku handlarza w wiosce.
Rozumiem, że Wejt jest o wszystkim poinformowany.
Oczywiście. I na dodatek bardzo zadowolony z takiego obrotu wydarzeń.
No dobrze, skoro ręczysz za tego Ezekiela, szkoda, że Wejt nie ma ochoty dłużej sprzedawać swoich towarów w naszej wiosce. Ale widać, taka kolej rzeczy.
Okay.
Masz tutaj zezwolenie dla Ezekiela na handel w wiosce.
How are things going?
Odkąd pomogłeś nam z kilkoma problemami...
I actually helped you guys with a ton of problems. I do deserve more respect in this village. A crap ton more respect. Let's see, the trade permit. Can we read it, or is it just stationary? No, not this one. Alina, man, so much stuff we need to get rid of. We have way too much stuff. Teacher, so we don't need these. Probably gonna have to. If you like axes, yeah. These are basically. It's like a mini tutorial on one on what you can learn in Silbach. Yeah. Not interested in this. I am interested in the trade permit. So where is that trade permit? No, we got the trade permit. Aha! This document officially confirms Ezekiel's right to trade within the village of Silbach. The permission covers both door-to-door trading and the opening of his own stall near the village main square, signed Albin. Okay, so where did Ezekiel go? I assume he went back to the inn. He seems to either go to the inn or go to his daughter's grave. So, yep. Did I read this book, Stan? I always forget. Yeah, it's about the art of cooking. Okay, save the game, turn in the quest, and then we can start reading some of the books we have. Would you like to replace White?
Chciałbyś zastąpić handlarza Wejta w wiosce?
Chętnie. Mógłbym zostać blisko grobu córki i mieć na niego oko.
Okay. I paid off White, he'll send his men to you.
Opłaciłem Wejta. Przyślę do ciebie swoich ludzi.
Niesamowite. Nie wiem, jak ja ci się za to wszystko odwdzięczę. Naprawdę dobry z ciebie chłopak.
Proszę, oto zezwolenie na handel w wiosce.
Okej.
O cholera, udało się je zdobyć. To wspaniale. Zatem zabieram się do pracy. Dziękuję.
Okay, so cool. Let's start reading some of our stuff. So what did we pick up? The People of the North, a book about the people of Nordmar. Far to the north of Myrtana's borderlands stand the snow-capped peaks of Nordmar. Frozen, inaccessible land home to a proud warrior people. There is a reason they are called that, as for centuries they have been the target of invasions by the orc tribes of the vast northern plains. Though Nordmar itself is a cold land, its people have hot blood in their veins, so they prefer to solve any problem with their fist, sword, or axe. No wonder! Their life consists of constant fighting with enemies or forces of nature. These robust, hardy people have repeatedly proven their skill not only in wielding weapons but also in working them on the anvil. From an early age, Normarian boys are taught the art of survival. When they reach adulthood, as a test of their manhood, their fathers send them into the wilderness to retrieve a shadow beast's horn. Really, this sounds like the movie 300. Adolescent women, on the other hand, are taught by their mothers the craft and care of the home in order to fulfill their future duty as good wives and mothers. Really. So, treasures of the deep. Book of the Unknown Seeker of Undersea and Underground Treasures provides an experience bonus. And +1 mana! You probably thought that this book would contain yet another chilling tale about an adventurer who made it alive from an encounter with a dragon or saved more than one damsel. Unfortunately, this book contains usual information about unusual treasures which you may find in various depths of the world. No trinket is favored by women to an extent like a necklace made of polished pearls. Even though limitations in sea transport made this product more valuable than gold, a careful pearl diver can surely find many of them locked in seashells or buried in the sand. One merchant, whom I once met on Coronis, told me a joke that had it not been for royal decrees and properties of the magic ore, he would build himself a house from the latter. This blue raw material has no equal when it comes to hardness. Magic ore is also particularly rare, so if you happen to stumble upon a deposit, you better keep that information to yourself. Aquamarines are particularly precious for collectors, as well as water mages who use them to craft runes of magic. Although this blue mineral appears to be related to the sea, you can find it only in the deepest recesses of the world, often in the company of iron deposits. So, Foreigner's Guide to Archolos, we are gonna read that. This journal was Burmar's. These are bestiary books. The Power of the Divine Light. For countless centuries, the servants of Venus have battled the creatures of Beliar. Much larger. Okay. Oh, we actually read this book at one point. Interesting. Tangle Tongue, book about the linguistic meanderings by Diokim. The poet Vidron, in one of his many works, wrote, "There are as many languages in the world as there are stars in the sky." This is partially true. Whether you are in Vanguard, Coronis, or Archolos, you are bound to encounter people from all corners of the world speaking different dialects. You'll find mercenaries from the southern islands, armed to the teeth, merchants from the middle Varant, selling their wares to the local for half price, and grumpy Normarians spending their days in taverns. Although each of them speaks a Western tongue, a set of common linguistic rules that facilitate communication, it is impossible not to notice some discrepancies. Vanguardian use characteristic hard consonants. The inhabitants of Archolos, on the other hand, have trouble articulating the melodious names of newcomers from southern Myrtana. Believers will say that Innos tangle people's tongues as punishment for them bowing to Beliar. Scholars, however, will say that the diversity of dialects and accents in the world is rooted in the natural process of the development of different cultures. Yeah, it's called cultural diffusionism, and it basically means how cultures interact and change each other. I think this is the last volume, so yeah. +2 hit points. Languages and dialects are, and will be artificial creations, created not as divine intervention, but as one of the key elements of the process of formation of different cultures in different regions of the world. To better understand their issue, I will use examples. I'm curious if an anthropologist actually wrote this bit, or somebody who studied anthropology. Is any of the the devs on the dev team, or the writers, somebody with an anthropology degree? I'm curious. Or a history degree even. So, native Vanguardians, but also newcomers who wish to be understood, often clearly articulate certain elements of speech, especially in names of foreign origin. The southern name Sarad is spoken by them literally. The people of Zandir Sol, on the other hand, read it as Sarad, with a hard consonant H omitted. Ah, I see, so it would be pronounced Sahrad, spoken by them literally. Okay, the linguistic differences, however, are not only at the level of speech, but also in the way words are accented. The inhabitants of the Eastern Archipelago stress the first syllable when pronouncing their own names. In the word Archolos, however, the stress on the syllable R may also have historical connotations, as the name of the island was once devoid of the prefix arch. A language is a fluid thing, depending on where the people who speak it were born. However, it is also a kind of richness. We should still keep the memory of our roots alive by nurturing accents and dialects before they can be found only in the pages of history. Okay, so this is the Tangled Tongue. Secrets of the Minecrawler secretions. Yes, please. Many powerful mages have studied crawlers to learn the secrets hidden in the secretions from their mandibles. Although the cause of its properties has yet to be discovered, let alone distilled into safe and effective potions, one can still hear of mages regularly ingesting the contents of the mandibles. The proper opening of the mandibles, so that the liquids from the two compartments do not combine with each other, allows them to be consumed in complete safety. These fluids are supposed to be immediately and fully regenerate the mage's spiritual powers. There are also reports of extremely rare side effects such as hallucinations and obsessive disorders, but if research is to be believed, these only occur in extreme cases when the secretion is combined with prolonged exposure to other stimulants. So we shouldn't combine swampweed with Minecrawler secretion. Interesting. Is there an Easter egg related to that? We gotta test that out. Unfortunately, as with bloodfly stingers, the effect of the mandibles also has limitations. After repeated use, the body slowly begins to develop an immunity, and further consumption of the secretion seems to have no effect. However, many mages report that with the increase in immunity to the stinger, the overall magical potential increases. Interesting. So do you get permanent mana bonus from ingesting too many Minecraft mandibles? Fisherman from the South Islands. Book describes the story of the fisherman Kintaru. Most local sailors know it by heart. One of the local anecdotes that has long brightened the faces of worthy sailors in the south of a fisherman from the Southern Islands. His name was Kintaru, supposedly in honor of his great-great-grandfather, a fearless sea dog who sailed all the waters. Unlike his ancestor, Kintaru never ventured far out to sea. He cast his nets in a nearby bay, waiting for some zander or perch to fall into them. Usually, around noon, when the sun started to set, he would stretch out in his hammock on the boat and sip dark beer. He had always believed that with the help of his drink, he could not only have a better time, but also catch good fish. One hot day, he emptied his beer in one gulp and he fell asleep. The wind grew stronger and the rough waves pushed the boat deeper into the sea. Kintaru awoke at the shore of an unknown island. Disoriented, he paced back and forth until he met a local who welcomed him to Archolos and led him to the sailor's retreat. Stories of his amazing fish awakened his thirst for adventure. He wanted to catch something big, so the next morning he boarded the local cutter. Desert Wanderer's Diary. An old and tattered book, it has been lying in the sand for many years. I am traveling through the deserts of Aran for the third day already. The sun is mercilessly hot. The last oasis is so far behind me, and I still can't see the next one. I do not know if it was a dream or a reality, but when exhausted, I sat down on the hot sand before noon, and I saw something extraordinary. At first, I thought it was someone from the nomadic people who had been lost in the storm and was now looking for his settlement, and perhaps he could lead me further on. But the closer the strange figure came to me, the more I became convinced that I could look to him in vain for rescue. It was a powerful and stocky man. His sharp look attested to strength and determination. I barely had time to raise my head before he disappeared from the horizon. In the midst of his dark tangled robes, I saw something bright shining into the distance. It was some kind of a weapon, perhaps a sword that glinted with a strange purple hue. I felt a deep uneasiness, as if a dream phantom haunted me, wanting my doom. I hurriedly sketched the unusual object. I called it the Purple Nightmare. The story of the Archer of Kellen, written by Wenzel, based on true events. Oh, so Wenzel the scribe, the one who sells books. The great island of Kellen hosts a great shooting competition every year. The winner can ask the governor to grant one wish. Young Patrick has long wanted to become a traveler and explore unknown archipelagos. However, he never had enough gold, so he decided to try his hand at the competition. In the port, he met Petra. Opa, we know Petra, a merchant from the Merchants Guild, who offered him a solid but small bow. Its advantage was its extraordinary accuracy, the arrows always silently hitting the most sensitive point or the very center of the shield. The merchant assured that she had a lot of experience, contacts, and respect in the merchant world. Without hesitation, Patrick made a deal and handed over his last money. The competition was getting closer, and Petra was not coming back. He started to ask merchants about her, but nobody had ever heard of her. The woman became a mystery that kept Patrick awake at night. After a few weeks of waiting, somebody dropped off a box marked Silent Death. It turned out that the inside was a piece of useless stick bound with string. So Petra is she's a con artist, it seems. Interesting. And Patrick, is that Patrick from Gothic 2, the mercenary Patrick? Okay, the next book. About the great magician Miktar. Book describes the achievement of fire mage Miktar. There have been many fire mages of extraordinary piety, great magical knowledge, or unparalleled prudence, but few can match their achievements with Miktar, the prudent one. Unlike his brethren, he was able to maintain a perfect balance between firmness in spreading the faith and forbearance towards the unenlightened. He believed that mages should not frighten and intimidate, but teach and inspire. Hence he commanded great respect even among the water mages. He spent many years traveling the farthest reaches of the world, where he passed on not only his teachings in Innos, but also the basics of history and the sciences. During one such adventure, he came into possession of a staff, by which he was recognized for many years. The Star's Judgment. He took that name from a ballad. Oh, we actually had the staff, the Judgment of Stars. Cool. Unfortunately, the Lord was all too quick to take him in. While his head was still grey, he gave up his spirit by saving a small village from a host of the foul spawn of Beliar. His fate was so strong that his body burned, cleansing the area of all impurity without harming any innocent. So we actually had the Judgment of Stars. So the secretion of the blood flies. There is much truth in the statement that what is normally poisonous in small quantities and properly prepared can have positive effects. This is exactly the case when it comes to bloodfly stings. These flying insects can be extremely dangerous with their sharp stingers filled with poison. Yeah, our brother knows. This entire game is based on our brother being poisoned by bloodflies. More than one traveler has learned that an untreated bite can be fatal. Actually, if you come to think about it, this entire game is based on the idea that somebody got stung by an insect. Huh. Never thought about it that way. Archolos, the insect bite. However, not all the substance in the sting is dangerous. If you break it in half vigorously, you can drink all the liquid in its back part with a quick sip. Research has shown that only the secretion closest to the stinger gains lethal properties through a complex process of ripening of the poison inside the body of the flying killer. Okay. The drinkable liquid, however, has amazing healing properties. Even a single dose can bring any warrior back to his feet. Unfortunately, with each dose, the body becomes resistant to the positive effects of the poison, and after some time, the consumption of the stinging secretion may become completely ineffective. However, many hunters point out that along with the immunity, the overall condition of the body also improves, which is a plus for their use. So what I get from this book and the other book is that if we consume enough bloodfly stingers, our hit points and mana should permanently increase. That's what I'm getting from this one. Okay, so we read the Tangled Tongues, the Divine Light. All that's left is A Foreigner's Guide to Archolos and the Bestiary books. We're gonna read those in the next episode, and then we're gonna go back to continuing the main quest, Gold Rush. We're gonna talk to Kurt. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast. I'm really having a lot of fun with Archolos. There are so many random encounters I wanna experience. I mean, so many people, so many places to check out. So, thank you guys for watching. Gonna see you next time. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Got a Patreon page. You can check it out in the video description. Gonna see you next time. And as always, remember, the most important story in the world is your own. Cheers, guys, and take care of yourselves.